Just in case.
Sorry for the crotch. I'm fully decked out. See, I got the.
Don't be sorry for the crotch.
Hell yeah! I came back just in time for Dick Cam.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I said sorry for the crotch, but I did apologize.
God.
Oh, this doesn't work very well. This doesn't work very well with headphones.
All right, what to do, everybody? Hey, it's Aaron. It's topic time. We're back with topic time, and we're just discussing a topic. Topic time. We just pick a topic, talk about it, and that's it. Totally original. It's all us. Let's introduce the guest, though, before we go any further. Jay, why don't you go first and introduce yourself? Tell us all about what you do on the internet, all about yourself, and your favorite ice cream flavor.
Oh, it's an easy one. I'm gonna start with that. It's butter pecan.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah, butter
A good butter pecan. My wife's always like, I don't get it. I'm like, yeah, sorry. It's I guess it's not for you to get.
It's not for everybody, but if it's for you,
if it's a good butter pecan. There's certain foods in the world where it's like, I get it if you've only had mid-range coleslaw and you'll never like coleslaw, but a good coleslaw, it's
Yep.
I've
had one good coleslaw. I'm like that. I'm not a coleslaw liker, but I did have one good one in San Francisco one time at the pier. That shit hit.
You'll be chasing it the rest of your damn life.
Chasing the
coleslaw. I've never had one like that since.
Chasing the coleslaw.
Yeah, I've been to that restaurant several times. That's the only place I've ever liked coleslaw. So,
anyways, my name's Jay. Idolism Jay. I've been in and around fighting games for over 15 years, and I've spun off from my fighting game career with my old age and retirement from the competition side to be more of a general video gaming YouTuber, talking about JRPGs and whatever else I find interesting on the interwebs.
Hell yeah. I love it. I know the last two videos you've done. No, is the one you're working on now still, what is it, Final Fantasy 4 or 5? Or am I totally wrong?
I'm on 7.
7. God damn it. I'm so far behind.
It's why it's taken forever, is because it's like, okay, well, there's only 8 million things to talk about when it comes to 7.
God,
I was gonna reach out to Andre, who was also on this call. For anyone who's only listening to the audio, I was gonna reach out to Andre and be like, Andre, I need someone who was there at the time to be like, hi, I'm old, and this was revolutionary to see for the first time.
Oh, I could talk about that. That's something. Actually, I'm for Fight Time for a solo episode. I'm going to play Final Fantasy 6 for the very first time. I've never played it. I don't know shit about that game.
The very first time.
I'm going to do it.
Every fucking elder millennial will tell you it's the best Final Fantasy,
and that's why I've always avoided it, because I'm like, y'all keep talking this shit up. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna play. You know what I mean? Like, because that's how I am. So I'm gonna push through that and just play it for the first time and see.
I played it for the first time to completion a couple years ago for the show, because I had played it as a kid when like my neighbors had it, and then I played it again when Z-SNES was a thing, but I never got like farther than like the first quarter or so, which is still decent. It's a long game. But I played it to completion. And I was like, God, fuck, it is that good. It's as good as everyone said it is. Oh no!
See, I hate. Yeah, so that's how I'm gonna do. Because last year I did Undertale, which I knew I was not gonna like for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, but I did it. I played the whole thing, and I did that. So this is kind of the opposite, where something I know I'm gonna like this, but but I've been avoiding it for the same reasons. So it's kind of the opposite thing. So I'm going to try. I'm going to play Final Fantasy 6. We'll see what happens.
For what it's worth, I think you will like it. I mean, you loved Octopath 2, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You'll love this.
Yeah. I think the DNA for Octopath ties directly back to Final Fantasy 6.
Okay, I'm in for a good time then. I know I will. I just need to push all the all the things people said, especially when like 7 was coming out. Well, 6 was better. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No one cares about you.
Straight the I've been hearing 6 was better since like 2004.
Yeah, bro. I've been hearing it since literally 97. Like, people have said that since 7 has come out. So like, I hate that I agree with them. If you want me to play your game, this is not the way to do it. So now I'm playing it in the year of our Lord 2026. So like, good job.
I agree it's a better game, but also like, people who say that are 100% being hipster, even if I think they're right.
That's what pisses me off, and that's like, so anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be my journey. Hi everybody.
Hey Trey, what's up?
What's up? I'm here.
Tell us all.
I like games.
Yeah, you tell us all about yourself and the things you do on the internet. And what's your favorite ice cream flavor? You can't say butter pecan because Jay said that. You got to pick a different one.
I have to. We just bonded over it. It is my favorite ice cream flavor.
Do you
pick another
Aaron,
one?
Do you think I would deny this man to agree with butter pecan?
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't want to pick another one.
Fine.
Aaron, we're barely into this podcast, and you're going to drive a wedge between Andre and I like this.
Shit.
I mean, come on, dude.
Fine, you can have butter pecan. All right, tell us what you do.
Thank you. You know how shitty I am at talking about myself, but I do a show called Fine Time with my friends Steve and Kevin. We get on there and talk about, quite frankly, whatever the hell we want. New games, old games, current news. Oh,
taste
man,
tests.
Microsoft. Oh, stop. Microsoft, please stop.
Stop.
Yep.
It's the show is only so long per week. We just can't keep doing this with you. So yeah, we cover recent events. We play little games with each other, quiz games to embarrass each other with, because that's always the fun part of it. And let the audience play along as well. So yeah, come have a fine time with us. Me and you, Aaron. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you're here so we could talk about the show we do together called Neo Geo Go. We're covering the entire Neo Geo library, sans a few Mahjong games and stuff that we can't play, obviously.
Yeah.
20 minutes or less. That's it. Every episode, every game, 20 minutes or less. That is a hard limit. Most of the episodes aren't even that long. So they're usually like 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes. So sometimes we go to the 20. I don't think we've aired an episode where we've gone that long yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's been a couple that have been like 6 minutes. So,
oh god, like Riding
it
Hero. Holy shit, Riding Hero is just like, this is a horse game and that's it. Bye.
That's not Riding Hero, baby. That's Stakes Winner.
Fuck. Oh, Riding Hero was it was the really cool guy on motorcycles. That's right. Shit.
Yeah. The dating, basically almost a dating sim.
motorcycle dating sim. Yeah.
There's only like 1 million horse racing games from the 90s that have similar 2-word titles.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I do. Otherwise, you can just find me on Blue Sky talking shit. That's about really it. That's all I do on the interwebs.
Yeah, all right.
I was gonna say, irrelevant to my friendship with Andre, Fine Time is my favorite podcast that I listen to weekly.
You are so fucking awesome. I'm so glad you listen. I love that my friends listen to the show. You don't have to, and some of my friends don't. That's fine. I'm not one of those people who's like, why don't you listen to my show? I would never be like that. I'm so glad that you do. I'm really glad you enjoy the show.
My friendship with Andre is not the reason I listen to Fine Time. It is because Fine Time is my favorite podcast of the week.
Thank you so much.
Whoever invented fake Jav names deserves to go in the history book. This is the best game ever.
Me. Fake JEV titles. That was my idea since our previous creative endeavor, but that guy was no fun, so I never really brought it up in front of him. But that was the very first thing we decided when we started our show. I was like, we're doing that. We're absolutely doing that.
We're going.
Best piece of radio you'll ever find is fake JAV names.
I play. I gotta start playing sexy music under it. So some more. I have started doing that. I got to do it some more.
I love when you guys do the taste tests, especially when it's like, was it you guys did the Coke Oreos or the there was that one Mountain Dew a few months ago that Steve.
It was the one from Little Caesars.
That's what it was. Yeah, that shit always kills me because it'll be like you and Kevin will be like, "This is awesome," and then Steve will be like, "This sucks." Or
he doesn't like anything. That's the whole point. He thinks everything sucks. So like, we'll be on it.
Yeah, I was gonna pitch to Fine Time that you guys should do the red, white, and blue Oreos before they go away.
Oh yeah,
because my wife and I have had them.
I gotta try that.
They would make for a very interesting taste test.
We did all enjoy the Selena Gomez Oreos, though.
I never got the Selena Gomez.
Those were so good. Yeah.
Steve actually liked that one. I remember that now.
He did. He really did.
Made with bits of real Selena Gomez.
That's what I'm out here doing. Yeah, fine type. Neo Geo Go. Good stuff.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna, I guess, plug myself here too. Chillscape, Neo Geo Go, video games analyzed. Boom, that's it. That's all I care to say about me. Let's go to the topic, though. We're here to talk about some really cool, underrated fighting games, because, I mean, we all know Street Fighter and Tekken, all the big names. We all know them. We all love them. But there's a lot of really cool fighting games that have just kind of slid under the radar and get kind of overshadowed and pushed into a corner. That's hoping with this episode we can bring some of those bad boys to light. So, all right, I've got a fun little idea. I'm thinking of a Street Fighter character, and whoever can guess it gets to go first.
Blanca.
That's it.
My first guess was going to be Guy, but I guess I'm off the mark.
It was Blanca, yes. So, Trey, you get to go first.
It was
Blanca, yeah.
Oh my God, what the fuck? I know I do a show with you and everything, but we shouldn't be able to Pacific Rim mind meld like that. It's kind of crazy.
That was a hell of a reference, but yeah, dude, Blanca.
Dude, I talk about going for the original Pacific Rim all the fucking time, like it's 2013. I don't care. That's a great movie. I will always reference that.
Such a great movie.
It's so good. Is it like sacrilege to say that's Guillermo del Toro's best movie?
I couldn't name another one because I haven't seen many others.
Okay. I've only seen a few. Blade 2?
Was that Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Blade?
I haven't seen Blade.
I just threw my
I'm actually really bad about
earbud.
I'm really bad about movies. I'm gonna be upfront. I'm really bad about movies. I don't watch many.
Oh, Nightmare Alley was great. That was definitely a Rona classic for me. Getting to go to the theater when no one's around at 10:30 and watching this slow 3-hour drama about God knows what.
Speaking about God knows what, hey Trey, what's your first underrated fighting game?
Man, where should I start? Okay, I'll start here. I want to talk about Psychic Force 2012.
I knew this was coming.
It has to. Yep. I have to. It's always my go-to. I've talked about this game to Jay maybe more times than he cares to even hear about, because I will never shut the fuck up about this game. This shit is unbelievably, I think it goes past underrated. I think people just don't think about this game at all because it just wasn't really that popular here. I guess it had a following in Japan because it got a sequel. Psychic Force 2012 is a sequel. The original game is just called Psychic Force, and then 2012 is its sequel. I played this. I never saw this at my arcade. I played it on Dreamcast when it came out here, and man, I tell you what, it just here's the best way I can describe this game. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, think about why Dragon Ball Z games are never good. Like, let's be real. We like the characters, and we like Kamehameha and doing these big blasts and zooming into each other and like doing all these crazy punches and shit. They aren't actually good games. It just gives good Dragon Ball Z. And quite frankly, that's completely fine. I love turning off my brain and playing DBZ Sparking Zero or something like that, and just picking some stupid version of Goku and just like going at it and turning the game down to easy and not even trying. I just want to see the cool shit happen on the screen. And again, that's totally fine. That's what those games are for. Psychic Force 2012 actually takes all that like projectile heavy combat and turns it into like a real game. Because first of all, you're in like a cube floating in space. So you can only move so far away from each other. Dragon Ball Z tries to be true to the game where you can really zoom the fuck out and do all this. And obviously that's not good for like an actual game. Yeah. But again, that doesn't matter. Psychic Force 2012 really tries to play it straight that way. And honestly, I think projectile fighters are like really, really fun. One of the reasons why I can still go back to any of the 5 or now maybe 7 or 8 versions of Street Fighter 2 and still have fun is because neutral just involves chucking Hadokens or sonic booms at each other or tiger shots or yoga fire, and just you have to eat this shit. Here is the obstacle course. I love that. I don't care how many times we've done that in video game history. I will never get tired of that. That's always fun to me.
Yeah, everything after 5 is like, we're done with Fireball Wars, and I'm like, no, we must return with a V. I'm sorry.
I love Fireball Wars, man. Yeah. Oh my god, like especially like when you get to what's the first one with the Super Bar, Super Turbo. When like the first time Ryu chucked a super fireball at me, I was like, or Shinku Hadouken, I was like, what the fuck? That beat my wow! I was like blown away. We have a new dimension to the Fireball Wars now. I loved it. So, like, obviously, Psychic Force 2012 isn't like that. You're floating in space on a 2D plane. I was going to say 3D space, but it's not really. The characters are 3D, but you fight on a 2D plane, and you're chucking all sorts of stuff at each other. Little fireballs, big zappy things. But then you can also still zoom in and do, like, some basic combos to each other. And it's just so fun. There's, like, meter management, I think, is, like, one of the most fun things you can do in a fighting game. It's one of the reasons why I like Street Fighter 6 so much, because some people don't, some people do. I really like that game because you have to manage that shit very well, and I really like that. Psychic Force 2012 is all about that. You have to manually charge back up. Aaron,
yes,
like,
sir.
one of the things we were talking about that's unique about Art of Fighting is that you have a bar. You have to charge that shit back. You can't just chuck a whole bunch of fireballs and just do that. You have to charge this thing back up manually.
Yep.
Psychic Force 2012 actually does have that. And it works in a totally different way, but it's still really awesome. And I just really like that. And of course, this goes along with the incredible just anime designs from Taito. This is a Taito game, So it has those designs. It has Zuntata music that is just absolutely insane. Oh my god! Some of the themes in that game just go so hard, it's crazy. You know this already, Aaron.
I've used a couple of them for Chillscape already. They're good shit.
Oh my god, dude! So like, it's just great inventive characters in this concept that's so weird, and it actually works. It's actually good. It's not something you'll just play and be like, "Oh, that was neat," right? You'd be like, "No, this is actually kind of fucking awesome. This is the real deal." So yeah, Psychic Force 2012. I wish this could get a re-release somehow. I don't know. Taito's pretty good about re-releasing their back catalog.
Yeah, they are.
So maybe that can happen sometime. Maybe Arcade Archives 2 in our future or something.
That'd be fucking cool, man. I feel like there's a shit ton, not necessarily Taito, but there's a shit ton of cool fighting games from the Dreamcast era that got kind of glossed over, like oh my god, Mechromancer. That was really fucking good.
Oh, Techromancer,
yeah.
Actually, yeah. Very good stuff.
Fucking Project Justice, that shit was really cool. There's a million of them I could fucking list off, but yeah, a lot of those.
It kills me that like the Project Justice series ended at Project Justice 26 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
26. Ooh.
Gross.
It is very gross.
Capcom USA knew it too, because when they brought that out here, it was a big old MSRP of $20. That was
shit.
It. They knew already that it wasn't gonna. It's like, this is the only chance we have to sell any of these.
I guess that was around when Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was kicking it off, or maybe it was a couple years after that.
Yeah, but no one cared about that yet.
Shit, never mind. Well,
that was not really popular, unfortunately.
Third Strike was the slowest burn you've ever seen in your life.
Oh shit! Never mind. Jay, what's your first game you want to talk about?
I want to talk about. I was gonna joke, like, I'm pretty sure Trey and I are gonna come on here and not talk about a game whose release date starts with anything other than 19. But I was thinking my first release will be something in the 2000s. It is Battle Fantasia.
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Battle Fantasia
I'm looking it up, Trey.
I know you are. I know you're typing into the fucking computer.
I was actually looking something up while Trey was talking, because I want to confirm the fact. Psychic Force is an offshoot or rebuild from the Kaiser Knuckle series that Taito did, because they had Dan Kuga, which is like a unreleased but finished game, and then they kind of scrapped the release of that and worked on Psychic Force instead. But I wanted to double check that in the background.
I did not know that, actually. That's news to me, so that's a cool little tidbit.
This Battle Fantasia game looks really cool.
Yeah, so before Street Fighter 4 releases in 2008 and basically like reignites fighting games into the second golden age, the original Street Fighter 4 was Arxis's attempt at a Street Fighter game in Battle Fantasia. This like very soft swords and wizardry fighter, 4-button. It has a beautiful like 2.5D art style. It's still a 2D fighting game, but it was one of the first prominent like HD era 3D model fighting games that was still a Street Fighter-esque 2D fighting game. and it apes a couple Capcom conventions. It has a mechanic called Heat Up, which is basically stealing the Dark Force from Darkstalkers, like wholesale. Pretty unambiguously stealing that mechanic. And it also has its own version of like Third Strike parries. It's a little better than Third Strike because no one else decided to ever do the Third Strike parries the way Third Strike did it again. And I love Third Strike. It's one of my favorite games ever. But there's like a pretty good reason why you don't do Third Strike parries the way they did them. But Battle Fantasia is a shockingly like well thought out and interesting fighting game. Not only just because of how it was made and like how it all comes together, like is competitively viable, but they just made a lot of really, really interesting character kits in that game. And I really dislike the fact that that game has been left to flounder so badly. Like there's a PC port of it. And that PC port is one of .enu's biggest hack jobs. It is such a crappy PC port.
Man.
Like if you try to plug 2 fight sticks into that PC port, the game kills your computer and then reports you to the HOA. It's like it's so bad.
That sucks.
Trying to get that game to run offline, even like, you know, getting that game to run online is Herculean enough, but like trying to take that game to an offline setting, and then you need to have like Steam Big Picture mode, like take the wheel so you can get 2 arcade sticks working. That's
what
bad.
I do a lot for old games. I'm like, big picture, please take the wheel here. I would really like to play this old PC version of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, but I just can't get it to cooperate. Please do something in the background.
So it's a total shame because it's the revised edition that the PC port has is like the balance update. It's a very slight balance update, but a mildly relevant one. So there was the original like PS3 and Xbox 360 releases, but those are technically the outdated versions. So if you want to play Battle Fantasia in its final variation the way anyone ever would, you're really stuck with a crappy PC port.
That fucking sucks.
It's a shame because that like it's an unbelievably fun game, and it was left in a very poor state. Again, like it's a playable game, but just like the way that game needed to be released was not up to snuff. One of .enu's worst releases, and many people do not like that company, and that one's always been like the thorn in my side. Like they did not give that game the actual love it needed.
They're kind of hit or miss, right? They've done some really good stuff, and then like there's stuff like that too. So it's so weird with Battle Fantasia because I don't ever remember it coming out until I saw it at like a GameStop for like $5 used or something like that on 360. Like I just did not know about this, and this was so weird because I keep my ear to the ground about all this shit, especially back then I was in my 20s. I didn't have anything else better to do. It's not like I had a girlfriend or a family or anything. I just paid attention to stupid video games that I liked, right? So this game completely passed me by somehow.
Yeah.
Until it was way too late. And but then after it was way too late, I bought it for a few bucks, like I said, and I had a ball with it. I thought it was really fun. I didn't like love it. It's not like it was like one of my favorite games ever. And I was like, this is cool. This is really cool. And Jay's right. The Street Fighter 4, I never thought like 3D characters on the 2D playing for something as precise as a fighting game could work. And then they made it work, but Battle Fantasia did it first. They really did. And I really like the way the game looks. I do have like kind of an affinity for it. Like I said, it's not like one of my favorite games like ever or anything, but it's something I look back on and think like, yeah, that was cool. That was interesting. It just didn't really do anything, unfortunately. Stick. I wish I could come back somehow.
There's some scuttlebutt online about the fact that it was a female developer who was the director for that game. And the powers that be at ArcSys may have done enough of a sexism to kind of run her out of the industry, and like they didn't really help the game to the degree they probably should have. There's I can't research it fully, but I had someone who I trust enough to be like, yeah, there's some kind of like sexism problems under the hood when it came to the fact that the director was one of the ladies at ArcSys.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, but unfortunately, we see that kind of stuff too often in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the way. I mean, we're talking about an entire totally different Microsoft mess right now as of this recording, but the previous one that happened, think about how Sarah Bond got railroaded and, Phil Spencer came out looking like a, some sort of hero. That's all I got to say. That shit happens all the time.
Man, that does suck about Battle Fantasia, because just looking at screenshots, dude, I'm interested. I had no idea this came out for 360 and PS3. I feel like I was kind of on top of fighting games because I played a couple of Blaze Blue. I don't know how you really say it.
Blaze Blue.
Yeah. Okay. I say Blaze Blue, yeah.
Yeah, I played a couple of those. I know there was a Guilty Gear on there that I played. There was, Street Fighter 4, all sorts of that shit. I don't know how I missed this game because these characters look really cool.
I completely missed it too. I literally didn't know it existed until I saw it used for $5. Like, I just did not know about it.
It was really easy to miss because unless you were like deep in the shit like me.
Deep in the shit.
Because it was before Street Fighter 4, so it was kind of at the very tail end of people not caring about fighting games the way they used to, or would again in about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's
so.
True,
it's like a really terrible situation with like a great game came out at the wrong time. It was too ahead of the curve, and then it did not get a good port.
It's so funny we talk about those dead years in the 2000s, because I feel like all my friends played were just the multiple variations of Guilty Gear XX, and I feel like that was totally it.
That's me.
I guess there's like totally a Tekken 5 in there somewhere, and that's really it. Like, we just did that for a very, very long time. It was really kind of a dead time.
There's your XX variations. There's a fair amount of King of Fighters as there were, but that's also where you had like King of Fighters Neo Wave and King of Fight, like some of the less known ones. And
I have a weird affinity for Neo Wave. No, it is not on this list today that I'm going to mention, but I really like. People just forget that game exists. I don't know, maybe just because the arcade had it that I went to at that time and I played it a lot or something. But
yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people had like a Thomas Wave access, which I think probably didn't help.
Yeah, so I got to play. I don't know. I've always had a little soft spot for Neo Wave.
Yeah, and so it was like that, and then Tekken 5, specifically Dark Resurrection, is pretty well heralded as the best Tekken game, but
it is.
Outside of that, like, it wasn't the best of times. Many things were they were not at their peak anymore.
It was the best of times, but the worst of times.
There's still plenty of good games from that era. It's just that they were not demanding the popularity that fighting games used to have.
Yeah. Not at all. No,
that's really the issue. Is like still plenty of great games. They're just the fatigue had kind of set in, and like the games that were there weren't doing the work.
Yeah.
God damn. Speaking of well, maybe not fatigue in general, but one of my first picks, Trey knows it, World Heroes 2 Jet, or as we like to call it, Sloppy Jet, because it's got the sauce. It's got so much fucking sauce. World Heroes 2 Jet.
It does.
Fuck. I love this game so much, and I didn't know it existed at all until we started doing Neo Geo Go. And the characters are all so fucking unique. Like, of course, they're all based on mythological characters or whatever, but it does it all in such a different and unique way. Like, sure, we could just take Zeus and do the same thing that every other fucking game does with Zeus, but they went like, no, let's make Zeus into this fucking freak. Let's make oh my god, let's make Rasputin into this statue man with glowing hands. Let's do this and that. And it's just so fast. Like, go listen. Well, I guess that Neo Geo Go episode isn't out yet, but
it's not out yet.
That's right.
No.
Okay.
As someone who's on the public,
we haven't even gotten
side
to the first World Heroes at this point. I think we've recorded all the World Heroes. Yep. We can say that much, but we can't. They're not out yet, but we will get there.
God, it's got so much going for it, man. It's got that televised game show vibe that we fucking love so much. Like, just the first.
Yes, I love that shit.
Just the fucking first stage. It's like, bam, you're on this gigantic stage. There's lights everywhere. There's this big ass neon sign, World Heroes 2 Jet. And then there's this fucking sports car with a hot bikini babe on it. And it's like, fuck yeah. And then that announcer's like, round 1. Fight or go or whatever, and then you fucking beat ass, and
Also, you remember the continue screen where the referee's
10,
right above you?
9,
8, 7. He's like pointing right in your fucking face. It's so good, man. The presentation is off the charts on 2Jet, man. It's incredible. You know, I gotta supplement what you're saying here, because I came into NGG thinking I would say perfect is the best one, because, you know, I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and it's definitely the most, and like it's definitely the most refined one. What I've learned over the course of doing that show, and by the time we got to World Heroes Perfect, is that for me, more refined isn't always necessarily better.
Yeah.
Like, I think I learned that I like fighting games that are like a little off or fucked up. That doesn't mean that I like X-Men versus Street Fighter Infinites or some shit. Like, I'm not saying I like stuff where like the other person doesn't get to play the game, or, you know, like Marvel 3 X Factors. Like, that shit can go. I hate that shit. What I do like is when things feel a little bit off in a way that you can't describe, that just that gives it a little interesting sauce. I just don't think World Heroes Perfect is as interesting as a game. Besides all the presentation stuff you said, which is obviously like, wow, right? World Heroes Perfect definitely doesn't have that. You get teleported to a random stage in time. Nobody has like a stage anymore. I get that like people who like really play fighting games wouldn't care about any of that stuff. Look, I'm putting like quarters into a machine, and I want to be entertained.
I want to be
you know
wild.
what I mean? That's my, and that's like kind of that we both have that sort of focus to it. So for people like us, 2Jet is it, man.
Yep.
Like, and it again, I never thought I would go into that show thinking I would come out thinking 2Jet is better than Perfect, but I did. I was just wrong,
dude. And it's got that big old tournament mode. Like, you basically 1v3 a whole other team, and you keep going and going and going till you get to the end. That tournament mode was so fucking cool, because it added all those cool little flashy cinematics right before each match. Like the very first match, you got your guy all brooding and deep on top of a fucking skyscraper like Batman. Then you jump down, and it's like, boom, match 1. Let's fucking do this shit. Let's boogie. And then you don't have any of that in Perfect, because it's just, you know, you go right from character select right to match 1, and then you're fighting, and then that's it. It's just, there's no sauce. I mean, it does have its own sauce, but I mean, not as saucy.
Well, since we're blowing all our future NGG episodes, it's kind of like the thing I said about like Samurai Showdown 3, where that game feels like it wants you off the machine. Enough. Yep. Like, no more intros, no more talking, no more anything. You pick that character, you pick slash or bust. I don't care if you don't know what that means. And then you are getting in this match, and you're gonna lose, and that's it. Sorry, that's all you're gonna do here.
You're gonna lose that
bully
match,
you off the machine.
It.
That's how Samurai Showdown 3 is. It's a bully. It's a big old bully.
Especially that ice bitch.
I'm not saying Perfect is that far gone with it, but I'm just, it is definitely like kind of like, you know what World Heroes is. Here's your shit. But yeah, man, I think I'm with you. 2Jet.
So good. Top notch fucking soundtrack. Shout out to my boy Brocken. Always love Brocken. Eric is good too. His like Thunder Hammer. God, I love that move.
Rasputin has always been, ever since I was a kid, I've been a Rasputin person, man. I've always been big glowy hands. I can't resist. Jay, I don't think I've ever heard you talk about World Heroes ever. Like, do you even like World Heroes? Or
no, I've had very few chances to play World Heroes. The only time I played it was I fiddled around in a random bracket with Rasputin and Perfect, but it's just one of the few games that has always kind of passed me by. Like, I just never got the chance to like dig deep into World Heroes, and if I was going to do Perfect, because obviously that's the competitive one,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Perfect is still a very, very good game. It's just
it's my preferred way to engage with fighting games is like tournament level stuff.
Yeah, so obviously you would want to play it that way, but obviously, that's what's so great about like talking about fighting games, right? Like, you can get into it on that level. Or like, for us, just to me, a fighting game is any other game I can play at the arcade. And if you want that real arcade, like arcade gives good arcade, 2Jet is it.
Gives good arcade.
It's just what it does. It gives good arcade.
Gives good head arcade game.
Yeah.
Yes. Gives good head and arcade.
So no arcade?
No arcade. Just head.
Oh shit.
Oh man. All right.
Sorry, that joke was only going to play well for video.
Are we back to me already?
I believe so.
What's happening?
Yeah. Passing the buck.
Okay. Man, so I'm gonna be real. Obviously, I had 2Jet on my list here, so I'm gonna pull my Audible that I pulled up. And this is something that I feel like this is just a me opinion. I really don't think I've ever heard anyone else say this, but I think the first Street Fighter Alpha 1, is so fucking sick, and no one cares. Street Fighter Alpha, I think that might be my favorite Capcom fighting game series. I think all 3 games are incredible.
I do love that
in their
art
own
style.
particular way. You know how much I love Alpha 3. Alpha 3's maybe I've always said it's my favorite fighting game. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I might say Tekken 5, or I might say, I don't know, right? But it's really, really up there. It's something I would have to deeply consider. And Alpha 2 is really great as well. And I'm not even saying that Alpha 1 is better than 2 or 3, because I'm not, I don't necessarily feel that way. What I am saying is that Alpha 1 just seems to get forgotten in a way that's like, well, it's superseded by Alpha 2, like some other version of Guilty Gear X2 or XX is superseded by this or that one. And I just don't feel like that's the case. I think all 3 Alpha games are worth playing in their own right. They're all fucking fun for different reasons. And I really do think people don't think about the first one anymore. Like at the time, it was kind of a big deal, right? Because you had, it was the first game that actually acknowledged, Final Fight and Street Fighter being like the same universe, and that meant a lot to me as a Final Fight
That's cool
lover.
Happy birthday to Andre when that happened.
Dude, I thought this was the best. Oh my god, I get to play a fighting game with Guy, and like, it was just incredible. And hearing
Cody showing up in Alpha 3 is one of the coolest fucking things ever.
Dog,
you truly were getting ahead at the arcade, huh?
Yeah, that's how. Hey, how do you think I? Never mind.
The Alpha 3 cabinet was just Dome City.
The place where I used to play Alpha 3 was one of the Capcom ones, Nickel City. So I'm just imagining the logo saying Dome City.
Dome City.
But no, dude, I think like as time has gone on and in Alpha 2 came out and Alpha 3 came out, we just kind of think of the first one as like some sort of well, that was a good start. No, I think Alpha 1 is actually fucking sick. I do. I've always felt that way, and I don't like that it gets like overshadowed, I guess. I feel like that game deserves more mind share than it gets these days, I guess, because people really only talk about you're an Alpha 2 person or an Alpha 3 person.
Yeah.
Alpha 1 people, rise up, god damn it.
Andre is correct insofar that like Alpha 2 kind of steals all of Alpha 1's thunder. Mm-hmm. Whereas like at the very least, like Alpha 2 and Alpha 3 are very different playing games.
Yes.
And the issue, like the soft issue here, is that Alpha 2 does just feel like the iteration on Alpha 1. But I will agree with Andre. Alpha 1 still rules. Like it's like Alpha 1 on its own is still a fantastic game. I think it's just a shame that another Alpha 1 came out and it was called Alpha 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is a shame.
That is a shame. And I would never sit here and say it's better than Alpha 2. Obviously it's not true. It's just that like there's something about going back and playing that original one. There's
still more than enough to handle just being Alpha 1. Like it's still a perfectly great game on its own.
Yeah. Aaron, you've never really fucked with Alpha, right? Like you've never been a
I've grazed the surface of it on the Street Fighter collection that they did a while back. I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was playing that 0-3 upper. He was playing that.
Oh fuck. No, yeah, I've grazed it though. I do love the fucking art style to those games because they were comic booky as fuck, weren't they? Like more 2D or.
I would definitely call. I think calling them comic booky is not a bad way to address the bump up in fidelity with Alpha.
Yeah. It almost felt like they were trying to go for like the anime, like Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, almost a little bit, but not exactly that, right? But like kinda a little. But I wouldn't say the look of Alpha is anime necessarily.
Yeah.
You know?
It's still very obviously Japanese in an undeniable way, but it never feels like overtly anime. But you can tell that there's a different amount of stylization, whereas like the Street Fighter 2 series feels very much kung fu movie.
Yeah, like more realistic.
Alpha definitely feels more exaggerated. Like M. Bison in Alpha is a comic book amount of muscle.
Yes. Oh my god, dude. I love short fat Bison.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Short fat Bison.
Thick boy Bison is the like Alpha is. It's the best good. Bison.
It's like I remember when I first like, why does he look like this? Is amazing. Oh, and I didn't even talk about the home versions where you get to do dramatic battle and fight like that super hard version of Akuma, which is like insane. I don't think I've ever actually beat him myself. Like that shit's crazy. So like there's the home versions of Alpha games have always been legendarily like great stuff. Like they add so much cool stuff for you to do at home. But even just talking about the arcade game, like just I wish we could think of Alpha as its own thing instead of just Alpha 2 is better and it's superseded, because I do think there's something to it. You know, this is kind of random, but Jay, I didn't realize that like competitively there are some people who like to play Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I had no idea. I thought that was so weird, because like I thought like I don't know, people just like Super Turbo or even Hyper Fighting, right?
It was usually Hyper Fighting if you're going to go pre-Super Turbo. I mean, I don't doubt it, just because like no one's playing World Warrior for starters.
Yeah,
we left World Warrior in the dust. So Champion Edition I wouldn't be shocked by, but it's definitely like Hyper Fighting and Super Turbo are the ones
for sure. Yeah, but I just thought it was weird that there was like some people who did that, right? I thought there would just be Hyper Fighting or Super Turbo, but I say that because I've always had an affinity for Champion Edition myself. There's just like I said, there's just something to it that's different, you know. So again, not necessarily better, but different.
Yeah, Champion Edition was always the one that was like, this is the one that came home, so it's like this is important to me. Because I'm playing Street Fighter 2 on the SNES and it's not costing me $1 million in quarters.
Yeah, and it's also like, let's be real, like if you're a child, Champion Edition Bison is the most busted. It's so fun. It's so fun just to torpedo back and forth and just like win the game. It's so unfair. 25% on block, 20 to 25% if you block that shit. Oh my god. God, I love chip damage. If I were to ever make my own fighting game, chip damage would be like I legitimately think like my favorite thing about Marvel 2 is that you can do screen supers that just do crazy chip. That is just so fun. I'm sorry. I hate that we've gotten rid of chip damage largely in video games.
It's chip damage should always be back. I dislike that you can't put people in checkmate situations where it's just like, okay, you have no response, it's over.
I love it. I love that. I think that's fun.
That's the fun of fighting games, is just going checkmate, bitch. Optic blast,
bitch. Oh my god, you can't do shit.
There's a reason that like everyone over the age of 30 like responds immediately. Their eyes light up if you ever say "behold," because they know what they're about to say next. It's just like the greatest Manchurian Candidate trigger. Like,
oh my god, yeah. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't complete. I'm glad I talked about Alpha 1. You guys were just looking at me like you are fucking you're insane. So, all right, good.
Okay, I'm up next.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna call my audible, which is relevant because I got you two here. Because one of my favorite fighting games of all time is Windjammers.
I guess you could count that as a fighting game. Yeah.
You know, I'll count it. I mean, I understand.
I have played in probably more Windjammers tournaments than almost any, not like my main games, like at Guilty or Exert or Under Night, but like it's probably within the top 5 amount of like competitive tournaments I've entered in. I've medaled in Windjammers before. Like,
wow.
There's there's like a theory that like any game can be a fighting game. It just needs to have like the right amount of sauce to it. And the crowning example of that for a lot of like the lot of the 2010s was like, yeah, Windjammers is a fighting game.
I can see it kind of.
Philosophically, I agree. My brain obviously won't let me like
there's frisbees
do that because I'm so
there's
like
frisbees. It can't be a fighting game.
Exactly, right? But you know what? When I finally relented on this is when people said this about Mario Tennis Aces on Switch. Like, I don't know if either of you have played that game, but people said it had that quality to it. And I'm like, what? I see it. I really do see it. This is not just a tennis game. There's so much going on here.
Like a back and forth battle that demands your attention. I guess, that and like, I guess this is a stretch, but I'm not going to call a card game a fighting game. That's stupid. Never mind. Yes, I agree with Mario Tennis Aces. I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
Were you going to say some Yu-Gi-Oh shit?
I was going to say Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, that shit can be a real back and forth battle.
I know you like that Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, the thing with like Windjammers is maybe think of it as only like a step and a half removed from a projectile fighter. And then like I think the bridge to see it as a fighting game gets a little clearer, because you're basically playing tennis, but so much of how you play tennis in Windjammers is determined by what character are you picking and how are you doing their special inputs, which like you can then filter back into this is a fighting game. Like so much of it is spacing, so much of it is like adding Yomi levels to psych out your opponents, attacking certain spacing areas, playing neutral differently. It has so much of the same fundamentals, and it's hard to really pin down when a non-fighting game is a fighting game, other than people being like, I can feel it in my hands, this is a fighting game. Like there's just like there's an intangible to when you take the fighting game people and you put them in front of something like Windjammers, they just go, oh yes, like instantly this makes sense, this is a fighting game.
I get it. I really do. And obviously Windjammers, sorry for the spoiler alert for NGG, it's my favorite Neo Geo game of all time. It always has been.
One of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, it's not a question.
Ever.
I have 2 Windjammer shirts over here in my closet that I'm pointing at. Like I am a freak for that game. I always have been ever since it came out. And I love that over time, especially as we got into the 2010s, people just came around. It's like, hey, yeah, that Windjammers game, right? So, and then to the point where we got a sequel, which, I mean, I don't know if you guys have played Windjammers 2. I love that shit. I love that they realize they don't need to do much to it. It's Windjammers plus, and it's like the perfect sequel. It's the perfect, because you know how it is nowadays when you do iterative sequels, people are just like, this is the same thing. It's really not. Like Windjammers 2, I think I actually prefer. But point is, yeah, man, I get it. I mean, you're gonna get no argument from me. Who do you pick in Windjammers, Jay? Who's your go-to?
I play the German guy whose name is failing me at the moment.
Right, yeah. I pick the American man, Gary something. The only person wearing pants, and of course they're football pants because America.
Yeah, I want to say his name's like Gary Scott.
That sounds right.
That's the American. I think that's the American guy.
Yeah, G Scott.
You want me to look it up?
And then because I need to. I need to remember the German guy's name.
Fine.
Too late. Put my phone down.
German guy's name.
I usually go.
I'm gonna be on tilts the entire time if I don't do this.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
I need to know. It's my
that's fine.
my dude.
That's fine. Wessel? Something Wessel?
Yeah, Wessel, something like that. I just remember he goes emboldened.
Yes.
Oh fuck! There's one character that has
Klaus Wessel, and I was right. Okay. It was Gary Scott.
You like that Super Aaron, right? With the one that like does the ride on the
it like rides on the side of the fucking arena and then goes right into their goal or whatever. I forget who that is, but that one's really good.
It's the British guy who gets swapped with a Korean.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the British or the Korean guy, depending on it's either Miller or you. Or Yo. But yeah, it's a great fighting game, air quotes fighting game. Just also maybe one of the most beautiful and aesthetically pleasing and fantastic sounding games that's ever been released.
It's some of the best sound design ever.
Yeah.
It's not just obviously sound design just doesn't mean music. It's everything, every sound effect, the way the particular when it bounces off the side of
that's
the
what I was
everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The announcer, the everything. It's just incredible.
I can't wait until I finish building my arcade machine because I just want to have that. I want to have that game ripping through the speakers. It's so fucking beautiful,
man. It's beautiful.
So that was me playing to the crowd a little bit for this.
Yeah, I love it.
I see it. I did not expect that. I did not expect that for an answer on this episode. So hell yeah, I like that shit.
I'm with it.
I guess before we get to my next pick, I guess that would be the halfway point. Let's take a real quick ad break. We'll hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back. Shout out to this episode's sponsor, Nelson Bros Flavored Windows. So windows are cool, right? They keep bugs from getting in your house. Water can't get in your house. Burglars, all that shit. Their functionality is just off the charts. They do so much for your home to protect it, keep it cool and everything. But I mean, you know what? They should taste good too, right? Like they do everything else. Why not give them a little flavor? So the crazy mad lads over at Nelson Bros, they've done it. They've made flavored windows. You can go up to them, lick them, sniff them, whatever. They smell good. They taste good. I've been handed a big disclaimer by the sponsor. Please do not try to eat the windows. They are not fit for consumption. Don't eat them. You can lick them. You can lick them till the cows come home.
Me.
Yeah, but don't eat them. They've got awesome, great tasting flavors like blue raspberry, strawberry kiwi, fucking lemon and herb glazed rotisserie chicken, Nintendo Switch cartridge flavored. Jay, what's your favorite Nelson Bros flavored window flavor?
I'm particular to the brown sugar flavor. Not only is it a delicious snack whenever I'm waking up in the morning and I could just use a little pick me up, but it does such a great job distilling the sunlight that comes into my bedroom. So it's really you're getting an added value. That's all I'm gonna say is you're getting a little bit of an added value.
It's changing the game like that.
Wow.
Trey, what about you?
Man, I like so many of them. Really, I really like the cheesy broccoli flavor, though.
Damn.
Because sometimes it's a thing where it's like I really like the taste of that, but I don't always want to make it. It's not like I always have broccoli on hand or whatever. So sometimes, I get in the middle of the night, I kind of stand up on the bed, lick my window real quick. I get that cheesy broccoli flavor.
Your neighbor walks by,
and it's just like, yeah, and it's just like I mean,
jealous.
I'm glad my window isn't on a busy street anymore, because before everyone would see me lick that window, but now it's nice and private. Not too many cars going by, especially at 3 a.m. Who's really going to be looking?
Yeah,
is anyone going to be standing out there waiting for me to? Oh, are they double coated? Because I wonder if people can walk up and lick my cheesy broccoli window.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
You can't get those. They're extra. Also, this just beep 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 beep. There's also ones that have added protein, caffeine, fucking I don't know, collagen, electrolytes, all that shit. They have it all.
The missus has been bugging me for the matcha windows, and it's just not in the budget at the moment. But I understand her desires.
I understand.
Happy wife, happy life. We'll be getting them soon enough.
Oh man. Oh god. And you know what? You can have a different flavor / color in each window in your house, almost have like a stained glass window effect. Dude,
100%.
Churches.
I was thinking definitely in the living room, I definitely want to get the cotton candy window, because that alluring pink, like my tank top right here, I definitely want that filtered through when the sun comes through. You get a nice little hue going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I basically what I'm saying is I want all my rooms to look how they taste. I just really think that's optimal.
Hell, holy shit, my voice cracked because I love that fucking idea so much. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you so excited.
Andre is simply looking to savor the flavor, if you will, of those beautiful dusk nights that he gets over there, where the pinkish skies slowly fading away, thinking to himself, why can't I have more of that during the day? I want to experience that at 2 p.m. on a Thursday. And with this product, you can.
I think if you out there have ever looked at a sunset and have never thought, man, I wonder what that tastes like, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. You have absolutely thought that. So I don't want to hear it, you know?
That's right.
Don't judge me.
That's right. He's right, goddammit.
Don't judge him for having taste and dreams.
Sorry.
Flavor dreams.
I thought this was America.
The pursuit of happiness allows me to flavor anything I want when I want within the confines of my home.
Your whole house, everything is flavored. You got flavored floors, flavored fucking cupboards.
Well,
I mean, after they removed lead from paint, what the fuck else was I supposed to flavor it with?
I mean, come on. I mean, seriously.
Oh.
Cut down way now. What am I going to eat?
Oh, with Nelson Bros, anything is possible. Thank you, Nelson Bros Flavored Windows, for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you, Nelson Bros.
Thank you, Nelson Bros.
Ooh, all right. So we're back. I wrote down 5 just in case there was any overlap. Unfortunately, there was no overlap, so now I'm stuck with 5, and I have to make the difficult choice. Fuck it. The Killer Instinct reboot from the Xbox One, I feel like nobody talks about that game, and it's a goddamn shame. I mean, I can see why, because like when it was first released, it was just, we're gonna have a rotating free character and the game is free, but you gotta buy the rest as they come out. But then, like 5 years later, they were like, that idea is actually dumb. Here's the gold version. Everything comes included with that, every single character. But what's really fucking cool about the reboot, other than everything looks great, everything fucking sounds great, all the characters are cool, they'll have their own cool passive abilities that lead into their combos and everything. The way you do a combo in that game is so fucking unique and different. Like, every character has their own cool, unique play style, and the way that they input combos is just a little bit different as well. Like, for example, Glacius, he can start up a combo. Like, he doesn't have to be near an opponent to start a combo. He can do it through his little ranged, like, icicle spike attacks.
His forward heavy punch is his 75% screen forward heavy punch he can start from. It's so fun.
It's fucking insane. And then my gal Riptor fucking just go back forward and then do your combo opener, and then do a linker where you're just like bam 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 tail whip, and then combo ender, you just fucking double whipping tail whip, and then god damn it, it's so fucking cool and flashy.
Today I learned Riptor is a girl.
Yeah, it's kind of a meme to bring up that Riptor's a girl.
I had no idea. I feel like I just found out about Samus around.
It's like one of those things that's been true since the original, but why would you ever bring it up? So it's a bit of a like, it's like a very, very slight meme to be like, yeah, Riptor, who is a girl.
Who else but Aaron?
Had no clue.
Who else but this?
Played the shit out of the first two. I never knew. All right.
Why would
it's
you?
About time I learned.
you can't identify from a distance the gender of a velociraptor
or whatever.
I did not peek at the Riptor undercarriage.
Yeah, that I guess that's knowledge. That's useless knowledge, whatever. But yeah, I really love. I've always loved how cool and unique all the characters feel. Like, I feel like any other fighting game, you've got Kung Fu Guy number 1, Kung Fu Guy number 2, Electric Boy, fucking hoo-ha, whatever. But you've got fucking Saber Wolf, you got Fulgore, the fucking killer robot with the laser eyes. You've got Riptor, who's a dinosaur, Glacius, the fucking ice alien, Cinder, the fire guy who could throw little fire bombs and shit. And then they kept adding more and more sweet ass characters to the game over time, like the Japanese demon lady with the spear. I forget her name. Hisako.
Hisako.
Yeah,
it's very hard for me to remember because it's not Hisenko, it's
Hisako. Then there's a million. They also did a lot of cool Xbox crossover characters like General Rom from Gears of War. Fucking the Arbiter from Halo, Rash from Battletoads, and I think they did one other one, but I forget. But yeah, the music fucking rules. Like, just the
Mick Gordon on the soundtrack, if I remember correctly.
He fucking brought it, dude. Like,
he destroyed that game. It's so heavy.
The main menu theme gets me every time. That is a constant rotation in my playlist. Yeah, I can't even do it justice. It's so good.
The percussion on that track is incredible. It's like he's crushing a skyscraper for the percussion. So it just sounds like an entire like building falls every time you need to punctuate a beat.
Oh man. Oh, and there's so many cool single player modes. Like the multiplayer is great, of course. Online, local multiplayer is great. But there's a lot of really fucking cool single player modes. Like first off, you can train what's called your shadow, which is like it's I guess like an AI version or an AI version of your character that copies the way you fight, and you can send it off to fight other AI copies of other people, and that's kind of cool. You can basically use that to train against yourself or whatever. But then there's the fucking roguelike single player mode, which I don't think I've ever fucking heard of a roguelike single player mode in a fighting game before. It's you build your team of 3, rip open packs of cards to get cool new abilities, give them to certain characters, and you fight until you die and you start over, and eventually you'll get to Gargos, stick your foot in his ass, and then you win, and then you go back to opening more cards. It's I love the Killer Instinct reboot so much. I wish they would make another one, but I don't know what the fuck they would do with it because they did so much with this one. So
yeah, it's a really complete game. The history of the Killer Instinct 2013 is you could fill there is a documentary about it for starters.
Ooh.
But you could fill an entire book on the history of that game for both good and bad reasons. But it's once it got to be good, because there was a time on release that was a bad game.
Yeah,
it was a decently bad game because it was originally developed by Double Helix, who I think at that point in time, Double Helix was people who did like ports and remakes.
I think so. And then they got bought by Amazon or something
like that. So it was like season 1 of that thing was like Double Helix is trying to make a fighting game, and boy howdy did they try. There's a really famous quote from one of the fighting game players, Oliver Lang, who's like, the current state of Killer Instinct is that I dunk a basketball on top of you, and then we play rock paper scissors to see if it scored. But after that first run with Double Helix, then Iron Galaxy took that game over.
Yep.
And it became so fucking good. And so like it did suffer a lot from being the one game on Xbox in a generation where all fighting games went to PlayStation. That's like secretly one of the bigger coups of that generation, was that for 7th gen, almost all the fighting games were multi-platform, but they were better on 360. Like many such cases of 7th gen, the multi-platform games were better on 360. So like 360 was the preferred tournament consoles. And then when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One generation happened, Street Fighter was exclusive to PlayStation 4, and that changed everything. Like that, the tides were completely switched to the other direction, and Killer Instinct was not enough to pull things back, and people were not going to buy 2 consoles. So Killer Instinct had a very, very rough start for a long time. But the second or third biggest tournament in North America, Combo Breaker, the person who one of the main directors for that, Rick the Hado, Killer Instinct is his favorite game. He makes sure that Killer Instinct is run at that event every year and put in a prominent position, and it is always highly celebrated. All the Killer Instinct people come out to that tournament.
Yeah.
That game, as long as there's a Combo Breaker, and honestly, as long as Rick still like breathes, Killer Instinct will be supported.
That's good, man. Like, I've played a lot of the older ones, and they are good, but there's just something so fucking special, like something so fucking metal about this reboot, and something so like every character has a cool little special ability that I love dicking around with and toying with each character with. And fuck, they even added the finishing moves, I think, later on. I forget what they were called. Not the
ultras,
not the ultra combos, but like something else after that. It was basically like fatalities, but for Killer Instinct. I forget what it was, but even the ultra combos, fuck it, even those feel really fucking good in this game compared to the previous games. And they'll time it to the fucking music, to the stage music in a really cool way. It'll be like dun 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 dun. It's so fucking I look real stupid doing it, but god damn it, does it look awesome in the game. It's so sick.
It's a great game that constantly like finds a way to improve on itself and just asks what more can we do with this game, and then always comes up with an answer.
Yep. Once again, cool.
As you can probably tell at this point, I've never played this. I played obviously, I mean, because the only Xbox I ever had was a 360. So it's like I never had an opportunity to play this. I know it's on PC, but
it's on Game Pass.
I don't know.
You can get the gold edition on Game Pass.
Yes, the Game Pass, the thing I definitely have.
That's Andre definitely has Game
Pass. No, so but I've never played this. Obviously, I'm very familiar with the older Killer Instincts and shit. So that's really my only inroads. But yeah, I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about KI 2013. But that's not a lot of people because, as you said, that's the reason why it's on the show. It's not something that's like everyone has played, including myself. So yeah.
Andre, I would highly recommend you give that game an honest shot. I think you would love it.
I'll buy it for you. I'll buy it for you.
It's really, really good.
I'll play it for sure. It seems cool. I've just never dabbled in it. So
it's one of those things where you never had a reason to, and then you never really had a reason to. But if you just spend some time with that game, I think you're gonna be like, God damn, this is good. Like it's got the stuff. It's got the juice.
It seems so cool. The interactions. I've seen people play it and stuff. It seems like a wild time. I definitely see. It seems like the kind of thing I would get into. So
it's got a lot of fan service too for fans of the older games. Like they bring back. Oh my god, the Viking warrior guy. I forget his name.
Tusk.
Yeah, they bring
from Gold.
Yeah, they brought him back. Kim Woo. They brought her back. Fucking the 3-headed guy, they brought him back as a playable character. They brought like everybody.
And Tusk has such a cool like mechanic to him because I think every one of his sword attacks has super armor.
Yep.
So you just like super armor through shit. It's such a fun way to play that game.
That sounds so. Everything he does is a drive impact. That's amazing.
I think all of his like his big sword swipes have drive impact to it more or less.
That's amazing.
So you just like
one
blow
thing I
through
remember as this game was being, like in its first couple seasons or something, I do remember reading the thing about how they tackled Chief Thunder, because obviously, it was the 90s and Native American characters just were what they were back then. So like obviously in the year of our Lord 2013-14, can't really do that anymore. So they're trying to find a way. How can we have this character in the game and have it not be, embarrassing, right? And they found a way to do that, which is super cool,
And the version of Thunder in that game is so sick.
Yep.
He's like kind of like a like Southern Gothic reinterpretation of a Native American, like this very like kind of the Crow, crowish.
Yeah, dude.
Like dark face paints. It's almost like kind of brooding, whereas I really like Thunder in the original Killer Instinct, but he is barely a half step removed from a football mascot.
which we know, but I like that they found a way to do that without, and I remember, I don't know if it was like some sort of Xbox blog or something, but I just remember being very interested in that. But no, obviously I've never had an X-Bone, so I never played the game. And again, I know it's on PC or whatever, so I guess I'll just have to do that.
Yeah, sometime. You will. Yeah, you will. And then you can tell me how much you love Aganos. You're going to play Aganos because he's really cool. He's a big old, like,
I was a Bee Orchid person. Is Bee Orchid bad in this game? Is she good?
She's really
Orchid's good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that was well. Look, man, the first Killer Instinct came out when I was like 13. I mean, what do you want? Of course, I was going to pick Bee Orchid. I mean, I'm sorry. Yep. What am I going to do? Right?
You think you're going to put women in spandex and say no?
I believe there are at least 2 Fine Time Big Deal episodes that have B Orchid in the title. I could be wrong about this, but yeah. But yeah, cool. Should I go with my last one here? Or,
chill it up? Yeah.
Okay. So this is something I love to talk about because I'm old enough to talk about this. And, you know, as time goes on, you know, there are less and less people who can talk about this. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, alluded to it, but Street Fighter 3, New Generation, when that game came out, it is very hard to describe to people who were not there at the time how completely ignored this game was. Nobody gave a shit. Absolutely nobody. I would go in the arcade and look, that was the joke the entire like mid 90s. You know, Street Fighter 2 Alpha Super Turbo Championship Edition, you know, like, you know, all that. That was like the original meme basically. And it's just like, okay, we finally get to Street Fighter 3.
Featuring
Street Fighter 2 was such a phenomenon. And like nobody gave a shit. I went to this, I when it first showed up, I was like, oh my God. It didn't even, Aaron, it doesn't even say Street Fighter 3 on the marquee. It just says 3. Like THREE.
What the fuck?
Like yeah, what? Spelled out in letters. And it was so weird. And I saw this and I looked at them. I was like, oh shit, it's here. And I'm looking around like nobody cares. Nobody's even around it, right? And this is an era where when a new fighting game came out, Aaron, I think I talked about this on a Superpod Saga a very long time ago with you and Tommy. We were just talking about like video game memories or something.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest video game memories is that the first time I ever saw, ironically, Killer Instinct was on test location in Las Vegas. We went up to Vegas like a couple times a year. It was on test location at Excalibur or Luxor or something. I have never in my life seen that many people around an arcade machine. Ever. It was the most crowded I had ever seen anything. I had to, and again, this time I'm a teenager and I think I'm full height at this point, right? So I'm still trying to push my way over and see what this machine is. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was Killer Instinct. Everyone's crowded around this thing. Dude, I saw big crowds for Mortal Kombat 4, a game a lot of people think sucks, right? And like that game had like a huge crowd when it came out. Nobody cared about Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 2 was one of the biggest phenomenons of all time. Here, my point is, Street Fighter 3 was always destined for failure. However, they kept trying, right? They did Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and then they did Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Third Strike, some years later, goes on to become a legend in a lot of people's eyes, and quite frankly, including mine. Even though, and Jay's, even though that's not a game I'm super passionate about, but I recognize the hell out of it, obviously, because how could I not? Here's the thing, though. Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, for me, is like the one I am really passionate about. When I think about Street Fighter 3 series, I think about that game. And it's almost like a Street Fighter Alpha situation where it's like, yeah, obviously, Third Strike is better. I would never come on the show or any other show and say Street Fighter, like Second Impact is better than Third Strike. That's just not true, right? What I will say is this. What we can assess around here is vibes. And we talked about this with World Heroes 2 Jet. Second Impact might be the most vibed out fucking Capcom game ever made. That it is an absolute audiovisual masterpiece of a game. The backgrounds are insane. Like every single one is crazy. The animation is off the charts. Obviously, that was the thing that drew me to New Generation in the first place. I was just seeing these characters animated this way, and I was like, "This is." Is anyone else seeing this? Does no one care but me?
It's like it. Sometimes I struggle to like explain to people like mid to late 90s Capcom are the Chicago 93 Bulls of sprite work. It's 100%. It will never get better. It's just it literally does not get better.
Between like Darkstalkers 2 and 3 and like the Street Fighter 3 series and even the Alpha series, which wasn't as animated, it still had its own thing going on that is just like crazy. Even something like Red Earth You know what I mean? Which looks insane.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for CPS3. It's just like
yeah. And that's the thing about Street Fighter 3. It debuted on this new CPS3 hardware, which was like making 2D hardware in the year of our Lord 1997 just probably wasn't a good idea. However,
the CPS3 has 6 games. 2 of them are JoJo's, 3 of them are Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
And one of them is
Red Earth.
Red Earth.
Yeah, and that's it. And but point is, man, I've always loved, that's something that never hit for me with Third Strike, is that, right? Because I think the backgrounds are better in Second Impact. I think the music is way better. I think the Second Impact music, and quite frankly, New Generation, if I'm being real, that shit is amazing. In fact, I would say New Generation has my favorite jazzy New York City. If you ask me, I like that one better than like the later ones. But that's, that's just a personal preference. Point being, I really do think like Second Impact deserves more flowers. I know some people do like it. I know it's not completely forgotten, but in the face of Third Strike now, after all this time being like the face of that thing, Second Impact deserves more love. I really do. I'm not going to cape up for new gen. I'm not gonna, right?
No,
like
no one really can.
It looks great, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh man, you should definitely go back. Jay, I discovered the Ibuki Infinite by myself, like with the kick, where she can do the kick and just keep picking you in the air. If I can do that as like a 15-year-old who doesn't know shit from shit, I mean, that game is fucked up, right? Like even I know that, right? Good luck parrying anything in that game, by the way. God forbid. Like, I mean, it is so, I don't know if it's super tight or if I'm just bad at it. I don't know what it is. I can't do it in new gen, but I don't know. I do think Second Impact, there's stuff about that game that is super cool and God, I love the win screens where the person's on the ground fucked up and then the winner behind them, like, like celebrating. It's super cool. And then when I say fucked up, Aaron, they're like bloody and shit. Their faces are puffy. It's like they really went all out with this like full screen sprite art. You don't get that in Third Strike.
People don't really remember how violent Street Fighter used to be.
Yes.
Like Street Fighter was bloody and violent, and like back in 2, people would get like hit in the stomach and puke.
Yeah.
Like there was like a real like visceralness to Street Fighter that you had until 4.
God damn.
100%. 100%. And Alpha didn't have any of that. Alpha was a lot prettier than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It went for a different thing. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I don't know if that makes me completely, I mean, I don't know, man. Second Impact. Again, I'm not saying it's better. I just wish we would remember it more. I think it deserves it.
It's a Herculean effort to give Second Impact its flowers, but there are more people who, I mean, there's always been people, even in the Third Strike side, who are like, yeah, Second Impact has, at the very least, equally good music and art, at least. And there are more people who have been discovering more like competitive and tech stuff with Second Impact. It's never going to overtake Third Strike. Third Strike's kind of like made it to like the upper heavenly pantheon where God himself could only dethrone it.
As it should be, quite honestly.
True. But there is a slowly growing contingency of people who are giving Second Impact its flowers this many years later in life.
I'm glad to hear that, honestly, because I always thought I was the one who was insane. I was like, I don't know, man. I kind of feel this game more. Again, not saying better, just I personally feel it more. So
I like playing Hugo in that game because you can do like crouch jab 6 times Hammer Mountain. It's just like, crouch jab 6 times Super Hammer Mountain.
That's why I like playing Aki in Street Fighter 6, because I get to do like 3 or so like crouching jabs and then do some weird shit. I like that. Crouching jabs are fun, people.
Crouching jabs are fun. You should be able to chain them. That's just like law of life.
They should never not be chainable. Standing jabs, whatever. Crouching jabs, you should always be able to chain them. There should always be a combo.
Like I can play the games where it's just like your crouching combo is crouch jab, crouch kick special, but like God, it doesn't feel right. Sorry to shit on every King of Fighters ever,
doesn't it? That feels like it's a lot of CVS2 combos.
It's like every King of Fighters combo is crouch. Every King of Fighters combo is like crouch B, crouch A thing, or crouch B, crouch A command normal. Like that's a very common King of Fighters thing.
Yeah. Also, you know, I guess this is a Street Fighter 3 thing in general. I like that, like, combos are not crazy in those games. You have combos, right? But they're not insane. I feel like, obviously, when we get to Alpha 2 and Alpha 3, you do custom combo bullshit that I think is kind of lame sometimes. But, like, not counting stuff like that, but, like, the games don't really rely on these, like, huge combos, right? They're just kind of quick things you can do, quick executional things that are fun. And I think, like, Second Impact has that pretty well down as well. Obviously Third Strike does as well, but you know, it's fun shit. I really do. I'm glad to hear that about Second Impact, though. You're more in the inside of people who play this shit like that more than I am, so I'm just going off me. This is how I feel. I'm glad other people feel the same way.
Yeah, it's never going to be enough, but there are more people over the years. I think it's one of those things where like people discover more shit during the Rona times, but Second Impact is very slowly getting its flowers.
That's very cool. The Ken's theme in Second Impact might be one of my favorite Capcom songs ever. It's probably top 5. That shit's so. Aaron, I gotta send that shit to you later. Remind me to
do it.
You'll love it.
93 Chicago Bulls.
I love
I don't know how else to describe.
You just can't do it.
I don't know
anyway,
how to describe them.
I'm sorry for talking so long about Street Fighter 3.
No, it's fine, man. It's the fuck. I love the soundtrack. I forget which version of the soundtrack I listen to the most. I'm pretty sure it's just the original one, but best fucking character select theme ever in the history of games, where it's like, come on, yeah, pick your best one. Fucking the hip hoppy one. I forget.
I think that's Third Strike.
That's Third Strike. That's Third Strike.
That's the one I like.
That's all Third Strike.
Fucking ever.
Okay.
There's not a single bad fucking stage theme. It's all good. Yeah, I need to play that.
Third Strike has.
More.
I didn't mean to like sound like Third Strike has shitty music or something, because it absolutely doesn't. I just really like the first two a lot. You know?
It's really just comparing
Mugen does have really fucking good music.
It's comparing a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. Like
yeah,
it's just,
yeah. Because basically, they're all good.
I love Third Strike soundtrack, but there's a couple stinkers. I hate the Hot Dog Rock song that Urian has.
Is that the Hugo song, or is that like the?
It's the Urian one.
Oh yeah, I don't mind it too much.
I'm like, that's not a great riff.
Hot Dog Rock. I love that. I need to go through and listen to those some more. Jay, what's your next one?
Am I sending us home?
Yes. What's your next one?
Okay.
God damn.
So this is the deep cut. This is a really deep cut. No one knows about this shit other than like me and some other perverts.
Okay.
And I do use the term perverts correctly here. This is a PS1 exclusive fighting game that is like the 4th or 5th release in its series. And it is a sanitized version of a porn fighter.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite fighting games ever. It's Advanced Variable Geo 2.
I've heard of this just from the soundtrack.
I didn't know there was a 2. I didn't know there's a 2, so that's interesting. Okay,
tell me about this. And you'll see it like formally titled Advanced VG2. It's a Bishocho fighter where you play as a gaggle of your selection of girls who represent different restaurants. They're all like maids of a different flavor, so to speak. And it's been like it was like a porn fighter back in the era of your like PC fighting games that weren't very good because they were on PC. But you had to unlock those CGs somehow, baby. But through time and some console releases, they made slightly more and more better games. And then Advanced Variable Geo 2, which is a perfectly safe for work. There's nothing sexualized about that game at all. It is just a fighting game. That game rules so unbelievably hard. It'll just knock your socks off. Great presentation, great music. One of the more unique fighting, like one of the more unique 4-button fighters you'll ever play, because of the way it's like it has a very good ground game, but it's a game more about super jumping. But super jumping in that game is less about going high more than it is about going like at people. So a lot of the game is like, I'm gonna like super jump at you and you're gonna super jump at me, but it's not like Toshideki Angel Eyes, where we're like super jumping really, really intensely.
I hate that I know what that is. First of all, secondly, so is it like a King of Fighters hop thing, or is it like
it's like a really intense, like horizontally far super jump. And you can it has like Capcom Magic series, the way you would have in Darkstalkers, but you can do 2 of them in the air, and there's a couple characters that can do 4 in the air. So a lot of the game is like really establishing aerial dominance over people by jumps, but there's no air dashes, there's no double jumps. You just want to like be able to time these jumps really correctly or play against them. And every character kit in that game is so unique and just so original. They had so many cool ideas for characters. One of the greatest grapplers I've ever seen in my life. Jun is such an insane grappler. She's got everything a grappler could want. She has OTG, she's got knockdowns, she's got a sway that like is strike invulnerable, so you can just like sway into command grabs. There's so many cool things you can do in that game. And there's the way that they handle like invincibility frames in that game is that like one person has 1 dragon punch with invincibility. Everyone else has like invincibility after startup, which isn't very good. But some supers in that game start at frame 0. So instead of being invincible, you can instead be fast.
That's so. Is it like the what is it, in Alpha 3, Bison does the thing on frame 0, the Psycho Crusher, the whole screen, where it's like if you have even thought about pressing a button, you are dead.
Yeah. So it's a lot of that. Like almost every character has like a 0 frame attack where it's like if you press something, it's already too late unless you cancel it into your own 0 frame attack. So there. But like and not everyone has it for everything, but there's a lot of interesting ways to go about it. And like some characters have infinites, but they're still like fine. Some characters have loops that they're still fine. Some characters just like, there's so many different like ways to approach a fighting game, which leads this to being a game that has no analog. It doesn't play like a SNK fighter. It doesn't play like a Street Fighter. It doesn't really play like an air dashing anime game. It's a game that's so concretely like one of one. Nothing else plays like it, and it plays so good.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I've heard of the series. I didn't know there was a 2, nor did I know there was like a whole string of them. Then they were also apparently porn fighters. So that's a lot of information. But yeah, this is a name I've heard back in the day every so often, right? But yeah, that sounds, I mean, honestly, that sounds cool.
It's taken every fiber of my being to not look this up while he was talking about it, because I really want to look up and
whatever
see
the fuck you want.
Like.
Don't let me shame. Just let me shame you while you do it.
Okay,
that's the whole point.
Just learn how to feel. Learn how to feel shame, Aaron.
I will shame you.
But if you have a certain weakness, and I can pretty frankly speak for all of us, not just here on this podcast, but anyone listening, if you have a certain weakness to like 90s OVA anime girls, then hands up in the crowd, boys. This game is packed to the gills with just excellent 90s anime OVA girls.
That's my unk wheelhouse, let me tell you.
Oh damn,
that shit.
There we go. Oh wait, fucking camera.
There's no world in hell I can see that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's just a very 90s anime fucking little cutscene. Damn, I wish I could show it on camera.
You sold me. All you had to say was 90s OAV. I'm into it.
Yeah, I was trying to look up if like who was the artist behind these designs, because I remember looking at their name once and I was be like, Andre would know this person.
I would maybe I would. I don't know.
You would. If you looked at the art, you'd be like, I know who the artist for this is.
Okay. I'll have to...
not just by name, but by style.
Right. Because I'm kind of weak on the name sometimes, but
I'm weak on the names. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of like you'll recognize the 90s OVA-ness of the of like the key art and whatnot. And it's really, really good. It's so incredibly good.
Yeah, I'm excited. You've wet my whistle is wet.
My whistle is so moist, boys.
I was trying to avoid the M word, but
no, I'm not avoiding it. Just fuck that.
Okay, sorry.
My my last one. Oh man, fuck it. I'm gonna reach, dudes. I'm a big fan of the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and this already doesn't spell out very well for a fighting games episode because usually handheld fighting games suck ass. But Neo Geo Pocket Color has some really good fighting games, and probably my favorite one is SNK Gals Fighters. This game is so fucking tight. It's just a big ass crossover of different SNK characters. You've got characters from obviously King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Sam Show, Last Blade, fucking other different games that came out on like NES and shit like that. Shove them in. My girl Athena, that's my main. She's really fucking good. Yeah, Gals Fighters is just so fucking tight and quick and snappy for a handheld fighting game. It blew me away the first time I played it. There's cool little equipable items that you can get during the story mode that'll give you different abilities and change the way your characters interact with each other in the story cutscenes and shit. It's such a cool game, such a cool fighting game for a handheld console. I could play it like a million times over, never get tired of it.
I have this game on one of those because on Switch they started compiling, they just started randomly putting out Neo Geo Pocket and Color games.
Yeah,
I have it on one of those, like, here are 10 games in this random package. I feel like I have that somewhere around here.
I'm sure you do.
As you well know, it's part of the reason why I wanted to do Neo Geo Go with you is that, like, after we're done with that, we could definitely do Pocket and Pocket Color. We could definitely, you know what I mean? So yeah. I'm looking forward to digging into those games and definitely to familiarize myself, because I don't want to go in like 100% blind. I mean, I do know a little bit. I played like some of the first Metal Slug on there, right? I know a little bit of stuff. But yeah, the Gals Fighter, I always forget because, obviously there was that one from like 2018 or something like that, which was just,
it was all right.
I don't know what happened there, but like, obviously, like, aesthetically it's pretty cool, but as a fighting game, or as really not even a fighting game, as a game, oh boy, right? But I always forget that stems from this Neo Geo Pocket idea. So I would love to eventually try this.
Yeah, man. It feels weird to say that a handheld fighting game is one of my favorites, but yeah, it really is. I've played this game a bajillion times over and over and over. Fucking I always gravitate right to my girl Athena. Her moveset is so good. The little psycho wave fucking Mai is also really good in this game, and you've got all the big hitters from what's her fucking name from Sam Show?
Charlotte?
Nakaruru?
Yeah, this is one of those two.
Charlotte?
I think. Oh my god, no, it's not Charlotte. I can't remember who it is from.
Cham?
No, I think it's the Nakaruru or whatever.
It's got to be Nakaruru.
I'm blanking.
It's either Charlotte. It's either Charlotte or Nakaruru.
I'm blanking hard on names, but yeah, they got like the.
I see Nakaruru more than I see my family.
I mean, as one does.
Yeah, you guys got to check this one out. Like one playthrough. Well, I mean, it's a fighting game, so one playthrough definitely won't take you very long. But it's just such a quick little romp through the single player mode. I don't think there's any way to do a multiplayer mode unless you have like a friend who brings their Switch over or their retro handheld over, and you do it that way.
Yeah. I think the Switch versions let you do that. I believe they kept that functionality miraculously. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Neo Geo fighting games, or the Neo Geo Pocket fighting games, I should elaborate, because we know the Neo Geo fighting games are good. The Neo Geo Pocket fighting games are like kind of notoriously above standard for being handheld fighting games, though they're really snappy, really well done, really artful, and they kind of had a interesting way to approach a fighting game with only 2 buttons. So like you would do your specials by, I don't know how uniform this is across the Neo Geo Pocket Fighters, but like you would do your specials by doing like a diagonal and then holding the button a little longer than normal.
Yeah.
And that's how you would activate specials in those games.
And thankfully the Neo Geo Pocket and Pocket Color, they've got that 8-direction clicky stick that
super clicky.
Yeah, like no other handheld at the time had. You just had your regular 4-direction D-pad. But yeah, that clicky stick lets you do all sorts of cool shit. Yeah, you've got your diagonal jumps, all that shit. It feels so good to play. Doesn't feel as janky as fucking what was that one X-Men game I had on Game Boy Color?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was a piece of shit.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but it just made me recoil just you saying those two words together.
I played Killer Instinct on Game Boy.
Oh boy.
Survived those days. And Aaron, the game you're talking about, that's the one with Miss X, right? You're in the crossplay.
I think so. Yeah. Because you find out like at the end, it's Yori that he's in he's in a lady costume or just a costume or whatever. Yeah,
he's in a very 90s schoolgirl long pleated dress.
Yep.
Is Homegirl from Last Blade in there? Is there any Last Blade characters in Gals? If you don't
very
know,
sure there is.
See, now I'm gonna shame you.
I want to tell you who's all in there.
I don't. It's fine. Go ahead. Now look. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Hibiki's in there.
Hibiki's
because she showed up in CVS 2 as well. So if
right, yeah, if it was gonna be big normal that does chip damage, I love that shit. Again, normal. It always comes back to chip damage.
It's always
the fucking her slash does this actual chip damage. I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's 2 or 3 unlockable characters in this game as well too, depending on again the items that you have equipped and who you fight during the story. You can unlock different characters, but okay, so you got my homegirl Athena, you've got Yuri, Leona Haydarn, Nakaruru, Akari Ichijo, Shermie, and Shiki.
Shiki. She's from the 64.
Right?
Yep,
yeah,
64.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Oh,
she got to live to be a real girl outside of that.
That's eventually. What we have to. That's what we have to do before we do Neo Geo Pocket Color. We have to cover. Is Hyper Neo Geo 64 able to be emulated? I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's hard.
It's still not good.
Still not good. Okay, maybe
they're still advancing on it, but I still believe it's not all the way there.
Okay, well, we have a good 2.5 years easy before we get to that point. Maybe by the time we get there, it'll be good. Oh man, yeah, Shiki, interesting.
Yeah, and I guess before we go, do you guys want to cap it off with a lightning round of any other honorable mentions that you want to throw out there? Because I had Dead or Alive too. I love Dead or Alive. That's serious whoops ass. Another one of these.
I can't say that that's an underrated one because Dead or Alive 2 is one of the famous Dead or Alives.
Yeah. I don't know if I really have any that are too. I wish Tekken 6 got a little more credit than it did. I really do. I think that game's really good. Now, obviously, no one's going to agree with me, and that's fine. Obviously, I'm a Tekken 5 person, or Tekken 5 DR at this point is maybe my favorite fighting game ever. It's either that or Alpha 3. Mm-hmm. I think Tekken 6 better than 7. I think it's better than, I don't know, man. I know that's not saying a whole lot, right? But it's just again, I'm not going to cape up for it. I'm not, obviously, it's the reason why I didn't put it on my top 3 here. But I will kind of defend Tekken 6 a little bit to a degree. I'm not going to go to the mat with it. If someone says Psychic Force sucks, you're dead to me, right? Yeah. I'm not going to do that with Tekken 6. It's just that I don't know, man. I think it gets shut on a little too much. I think we could ease off the Tekken 6.
Tekken 6 is a problem where it's it is a good game with a glaring flaw. That's the problem. It's Rage is just overcooked in that game.
It is.
But other than that, it's a good Tekken. It's just, the problem is that also there's a million great Tekkens.
There sure is, especially the one that just came before it is fucking godlike.
The one before it was the best Tekken. So
yeah, but I really do think it when Tekken 7 came out, I'm I don't know. Maybe I'm insane. I'd rather play 6, but maybe that's
Tekken 7 is its popularity eclipsed how good it was, I think. Actually, I should say this. There is no game that benefited more from Street Fighter 5 coming out of the gate and falling flat on its fucking face than Tekken 7.
Yep, 100%. Because it was just like, well, we either can go this or go back to Tag 2 or something. I don't know, man. So it's just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, like Tekken 7 exploded in popularity because Street Fighter 5 came out of the game sucking.
Yes. And then Akuma was in Tekken 7 and was cooler than in Street Fighter 5. So what can you do? You know?
My lightning round choice is Dark Awake.
I don't know what that is.
Do I know what this is?
Dark Awake, Dark Awake, also known as Chaos Breaker. The Japanese title is Chaos Breaker. The North American title is Dark Awake, The King Has No Name.
What?
It is. The best way to describe it is it's Swords and Orcs King of Fighters.
Ooh.
So you pick a team of 3 fantasy characters. You have like 3 humans to choose from. So it's like, you pick a team of 3, and there's 3 humans, 3 dwarves, 3 elves, 3 orcs, 3 undead, and 3 like trolly beasties. So you pick a team of 3, and then you pick an item, and there's like 30 items. It's King of Fighters from there on out, more or less, but not with the hops. It's a kind of a simpler game. The thing that kind of defines Dark Awake is like, it's a very simple combo game where it's like, I'm going to do confirm into special into super. And if I learn how to do a combo longer than that, I have successfully discovered an infinite. It's like, it is a game with like ridiculous. It's a game with like 2 extremes where it's like, it's either the most basic form of a combo ever, or you have discovered an infinite. That's so which is really one of the things that's really cool about that game. But it really never got any popularity. But it's another game where, like, because of that constrained simplicity, there's a lot of super cool characters to it. Nice. Not as many hitters as like the games that I previously brought up this episode, but you should look into Dark Awake. It's got like a Donkey. It's on your PS3, and it has the same art style as Donkey Kong Country, where it's like digitized 3D models.
Ooh, that sounds kind of janky and cool.
That sounds like that. Now that makes it sound more intriguing. Usually it'd be like, man, that sounds. Ugh, I don't know about that, but
and I gotta double check before I say this.
While you're double checking, okay, I want to throw Bushido Blade out there. Bushido Blade's cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Bushido Blade. Oh, see, so I've never played the original. My friend had Bushido Blade 2. Which we played a lot. I don't know how different that is from the original, but like, definitely, yeah, we had some fun with Bushido Blade. I wish we could go back, actually. I wish we could make a fighting game that's either something like that, where you can kind of one-hit kill somebody, or just, I just think that's such a unique concept that wasn't ever really explored too much. So, like, I don't know. I think that could be fun.
I think, yeah, that definitely would be fun. Fucking, we've talked about this a lot with Sam's show, like the pokey risk versus reward, like more so risk. Like I love that kind of shit. Maybe that's just us, but like I feel like that could be popular again.
No, I love slow pokey games. Yeah. It's really fun, fighting game or otherwise, to be honest with you. So like that's kind of something I like. So I really hope so.
Yeah.
I wanted to double check the developers that made it. It's Eolith, who are the people it's the people who took over King of Fighters briefly during the bankruptcy. So they did King of Fighters 2001, King of Fighters 2002, and then they made Fantasy King of Fighters.
Aaron,
Fantasy King of Fighters?
I'm sorry to say this in advance. I feel like King of Fighters 2001 might be the only other game on Neo Geo Go I give an F.
Oh,
so
shit.
I'm just letting you know right now. I fucking hate that game. I can't stand that shit. I think 2001 makes me just angry.
God damn.
It is the most angry a Neo Geo game could make me.
I'm excited to see that.
Not a fan of the striker system, huh?
You know what? I don't mind it, but like that feels like nobody... I don't know, man. I'll get to that. I'll save my anger for that episode.
Do it. Bottle it up and get a hernia and stuff. And then we'll...
It might get a D- if it has some cool tunes that I like. But that's it.
I'm sure it might. Yeah, that'll do it for this topic time. We're all, I mean, the fuel's all out of me. I have to get up early in the morning, do some more overtime, because money. Fuck.
I'm going to go play Saros for 6 hours and order a pizza.
Ooh. Damn, I'm going to sleep.
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh, that sounds good, too.
I'm gonna sleep until my 10-month-old says I'm not going to sleep.
When he decides you will get up, yeah.
Oh, man. All right, boys. Well, it was great talking to you guys. For all the listeners and viewers or whomever, I'll leave a link to everybody's stuff down there. All right, that's it. Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you.